Schumacher finally announced at Benetton for 1992. The worst kept secret is out. Schumacher is indeed heading to Benetton for the 1992 season. He said he's looking much forward to the challenge ahead. Team statement: we are ready to become a regular race winner and challenge for championships, and to achieve that they need a great pairing of drivers. But is it Nannini or Patrese that's staying? Game has been announced today as a McLaren driver not only for 1992 but for 1993 as well. The championship leader's first ever multi-year deal, and he is over the moon, as is the entire McLaren team. Ron Dennis said, we knew we wanted him early in the season, and we believe we now have a perfect replacement for Senna. And he took a little jab and saying he's surprised Williams let him go. You join us live for the 1991 Belgian Grand Prix, and it will be sure to be a fantastic Grand Prix. But a quick look at the championship standings now. Game 48 points ahead of Berger, who's had a couple of difficult weekends. He'll need a strong one if he wants to continue his championship challenge, with Prost and Alesi sharing 25 points, with a bit of an up and down year for the Ferrari team. Senna, however, he is going to need a few weekends of really, really good results if he wants to have a say in this World Championship. But we know he's off to Williams next year. He's probably got all his ambitions for there, but there's still a good chunk of races left. He's not completely out of it. 2 race wins and a couple of difficult results for the Williams driver of Game would see him back in the World Championship hunt. But let's see. We are ready for the 1991 Belgian Grand Prix, and it's live. Let's get straight down to the grid, where it's Game on pole ahead of Ayrton Senna in second place. You join us live, we're down on the grid, and we are just waiting for 5 lights to go out. Game first, Senna second in the McLaren. We were mentioning earlier he needed a strong result, and this is the start, surely the start, and we're away, and Senna's away well, and the Williams is bad away off this line again, and he's been jumped by Jean Alesi. Is he going to stay? There's Berger in the background, been touched, and that's Prost in the 4th place. Berger's now up into 5th place. That's Nigel Mansell in 6th place there, with a Benetton just behind him, as we come flying towards Eau Rouge and we climb the hill, the steep hill. But what is going to happen here? Games in 3rd place. He's dropped back 2 positions. Alesi looking very lively on the back of Senna there, but Prost has got a run on the Williams as they head down to the chicane. But it would appear once he got out of the slipstream, it doesn't say, oh, is Prost going to try a move? He's not. He's going to tuck straight back in. And Game finds himself still in 3rd place, but he knows he's got the pace. He had incredible pace in the practice sessions and in qualifying yesterday. But we're going to look at a replay of Gerhard Berger off the line. Initially away well, he was down in 6th place after it, but he was jumped. Oh, and he's plonked by the Benetton, but if anything that helped him. He's gone round the outside of Nigel Mansell. I have never seen a crash aid another human, but fair enough. But Game's all over the back of Jean Alesi now. He's got that early race pace. Senna leads, Alesi 2nd. Game is 3rd, Prost 4th. Berger's 5th, and Mansell is taking the final points in 6th place. But is this how it's going to end? I surely hope not. But we roll towards the end of the first lap. Everyone seems to have a little bit of a run on everyone through here, but it could get messy. A single touch of a wheel on a wheel, and you could have an absolutely fantastic crash. But everyone's staying line astern. Is anyone going to try and move? Game look lively up towards the bus stop chicane, but nothing's happened. Senna's gone deep, and he's made a mistake over the curb. Is that going to allow Alesi through? They barge past. Alesi barges past Senna and leads the Belgian Grand Prix. And Game, who I believe was trying to avoid all of that, has dropped right back in to the Alain Prost, and he'll have to try and withstand the pressure as they climb up the hill down the long straight. But he seems to have done perfectly so far. But Senna now down into 2nd place. He was caught napping a bit there, a little bit deep into the chicane. for Senna, which allowed Alesi to barge his way through. But here is Schumacher staying ahead of the Benetton of the team he will be driving for next season. But they both went off. They both stay as they were. It's Nannini, Schumacher and Patrese there, with Gasho up the inside of Minardi in the background. Fantastic. I should imagine the Benetton team will be happy and rather annoyed at this present point in time. But still, we still see Schumacher versus Patrese, and he's doing incredibly well to keep that Benetton behind him. It's safe to say we know the Benetton is a much better car than the Jordan. It's still in their first season in the sport, and you can see Gasho in the background. They've had a fantastic season. The points may not show that, but the points only down to 6th, but they've been fantastic. But we're back on this, back on the leading trio as Mansell drops back a little bit, but he may be preserving those tyres, we don't know. He's at good pace this weekend. That's a Lacey from... Is that Game trying to move around the outside? It is Game trying to move around the outside. We cut to the outside camera and Senna does slip back up the inside and keeps his second place. While all this is happening, is that allowing Jean Alesi in his Ferrari to slip away in this Grand Prix? But Berger is just there, ready to pounce if anything happens. He seems to be staying well out of this battle, which might not be a bad shout after all. But see, we get onto the straights. That Ferrari's mighty in a straight line. Is he trying to move? Prost up the inside. Wow, incredibly well defended. But that's going to allow Prost into the clutches of Gerhard Berger, who, in all seriousness, really needs to be outscoring the Williams driver of Game this weekend if he doesn't want to drop back even further in the championship. But we're still back on Schumacher versus the two Benettons, and he's actually caught Nannini, which probably won't do Nannini's any favours for staying for next season. We don't know if there's any issues within the Benetton car, but Patrese looks racy, but he's still stuck behind the young German of Michael Schumacher in his Jordan. And we head up to La Source now. Schumacher defending. Well, not really anyone there as Nannini wasn't coming past Senna. Oh, Schumacher's round, nudged round even further by Patrese, almost taken out his teammate. But that is a rookie error from a rookie, and Schumacher just clips the wall, spins himself round, and that frees up Patrese, frees up the two Benettons to get on with their Grand Prix. And that's not great, but it's all about the learning curve. Ready for Benetton for next season. We're back here. That's Prost. Games drop back from Senna, and Prost is all over the back of the Williams driver. But it's Game in. Game's into the pits. The first one to blink. Everyone else stays out. That's fantastic stuff. But he dives towards his pit box, needing a good stop. They've been a bit lack this season, but it's a fantastic stop from the Williams team. They've been working hard over the last few weeks after the abysmal weeks they had in the pit lane. Mansell was seething. We were all seething with it, but no more than the two drivers and especially the pit crew who are making the mistakes. But it's a Lacey here. It's set. No, it's not. I apologise. It's Prost. It's Berger behind him. Mansell stays there. He seems to have dropped back and held the gap. Maybe he's preserving those tyres. We are expecting more cars in at the end of this lap. Probably really to react to Game, the championship leader, coming into the pits. And that's Prost in, and Berger's following him. But Mansell stays out. Mansell has stayed out. Good call, maybe. Bad call, we don't know. But Senna and Alesi are both in. It's a ruddy, good job. They've all got a pit box. But Berger's further down the pit lane there, so he's a bit out of shot. Alesi's out. Senna's out. Prost is out, but where is he going to come out in comparison to Gerhard Berger? And actually, more importantly, where is he going to come out in comparison to Game? Here he is, as he dives towards La Source. Surely he's had incredible pace on this outlet. He should keep him ahead of the McLaren and Ferrari, and it has. He remains in third place. So the order now, Alesi, Senna, Game. Berger has jumped Prost. And Prost. And we know Mansell now currently leads this Grand Prix. But surely, is he staying? He can't be staying out one more lap. Surely. Not known for his tyre whispering skills is our Nige. But he does dive into the pit lane. But is this going to help? A lap fresher tyres, a little bit less fuel on board. Maybe he's hoping for a late charge. And he does come into the pits. And he will be hoping that he has got a fantastic pit stop. And he comes down, but it's going to be close. Is it going to be close? There's Game just passed. He's come out in fourth. He has jumped, massively jumped, Gerhard Berger and Alain Prost, and he's put himself up into fourth place in this Grand Prix. Fantastic. He's had nothing but bad luck this season as Nigel Mansell, but absolutely fantastic. He's up into fourth place. But we're looking at the two Benettons now, and they've both come into the pits. Nannini has been slow. He's been, well, very slow actually, and he's had Patrese all up his gearbox for the entire Grand Prix. He's dipped a wheel on the grass, and that is allowed. Patrese just to slip through. That's all he needed. That's all he needed. I'm not sure if Alessandro Nannini has any car issues, but he has not been very, very quick in this Grand Prix today. But Patrese probably as high as he'll get now. They are sub 30 seconds now behind, what is now Alain Prost in now 6th place. But they are definitely getting better. And not a lot has happened after the pit stop phase, but here we see a man driving for Ferrari, given an incredible opportunity at the start of this season. And it's Jean Alesi who has really, he's taken to this, if anything, slightly better than Prost this season. Prost obviously retiring at the end of the year, but Jean Alesi comes through the bus stop chicane for the final time, and he is going to take all 10 points and really chuck himself into the championship. Jean Alesi wins the 1991 Belgian Grand Prix. Senna will come home second, Game will come home third, and Nigel Mansell will come home in 4th place. But Prost and Berger are battling. They're battling to the end, but it's Berger who's going to take 2 points. Ignore the massive crash in the bottom of the screen. And Prost comes home to take 6. No, he comes home in 6th to take 1 championship point. Fantastic. And there we have it. There is our Grand Prix winner today, Jean Alesi. Now there we have it, that is the 1991 Belgian Grand Prix. We're going to take a look at the updated standings. Game on 52 points now. He has now a 14-point gap now to Gerhard Berger. Alesi is just a couple of points behind Berger. Now that is incredible. Senna with a good 2nd place puts himself into 27. Another good result. He could be straight in it, but is anyone going to be able to catch Game? Mansell kind of chucking himself, but he is up in the 6th place now. 7th place, I tell a lie. And yeah, that is the championship standings. That was the Belgian Grand Prix. I hope you've enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time out for more action in the UF1 universe. Goodbye.